Alrighty, last little bit of information that Ms. Sumi wanted me to cover with you guys is popular versus scholarly sources, and this is a really important concept for college level research and then later on for professional level research. Again, in college level and professional research, and when I say professional level research, that means something with research that has to do with your job or career that's coming up. Let's say, for example, that your boss 5, 6 years down the road, when you have a good full-time job, your boss says, "I want you to research this process or this product, and then come back and give me a report." You're going to need to get the best information you can, and you can't always go to www.thisproduct.com. You need to find good information. Well, that's going to be your scholarly and what are called trade publication level resources. That's where you need to go to research. You can't go to Time magazine or to the newspaper or to a simple website. This video, I've linked you to a good video that makes a good distinction about these sources, and they apply it mainly to articles, but the same distinction can be made for books. Let me give you an example. So if a book is published from a place like Cambridge University Press or the University of California Press or Harvard University Press, then that is a scholarly resource. That's going to be kind of experts writing about it. If a book is published by some place like Vintage Books, then it's probably more of a popular source. And although it may have some pretty expert level of information and analysis, it's not a scholarly resource, and so that can be important in kind of figuring out, do I need to use this resource? I don't have a lot to add on this video, and I'm going to be adding a couple of print resources that you can use. But again, I do want to stress this concept that in professional work and in college work, career work, you do want to find the best information possible. So you want to find information from scholarly sources or trade journals and magazines. Now, one of the reasons for this, let me give you another kind of example on this. Popular sources of information are oftentimes written by people with a limited understanding of the subject, or who give you a limited or simplified version of the information. Now, unfortunately, sometimes that information, the information they present, is either misleading or blatantly false. Let me give you a good example. This is a screenshot of a homepage for the site martinlutherking.org. So it looks like it's an information source about the great civil rights leader, right? But if we look at it, we find there's something else going on. This resource is hosted by Stormfront, and if we do a little bit of investigating, all we have to do really is click on the link, and we find that Stormfront is a white supremacist group. Furthermore, they have ties to David Duke, a Louisiana politician who has, well, I should say a former Louisiana politician, who has ties to the Ku Klux Klan. So this source of information is not trustworthy. You cannot trust that this man is going to give you good information about Dr. Martin Luther King, especially since he has been on record for very openly denigrating and putting down people of African American and Jewish descent. So this is a popular source of information. It's also a crap source of information. For everyday kinds of information needs, oftentimes popular sources, Time magazine, the newspaper, a website, oftentimes for everyday information needs, they can work and they'll be fine. But if you need it for class or for your job, you need to find good quality scholarly or trade level of information.